Amsterdam or Amsterdam? That is the question. And that was a horrible, horrible intro. Like, I really couldn't think of anything better than that. Hey, y'all. Today we're going to be reviewing a new release. Stars Christian Bale, John David Washington, Margot Robbie, amongst others, including Rami Malek, Anya Taylor-Joy, Zoe Saldana, like, to be completely honest, and Taylor Swift. This is the movie that I feel like you've seen advertised that you're like, that's the one with the loaded cast. And I feel like that's part of what makes this movie so fun. So if we're just reviewing it on that end, is it super fun to see a bunch of really famous actors in a period piece that's kind of a murder mystery, and Chris Rock. And I feel like that's one of the biggest appeals of this film is the loaded star-studded cast. Oh, and Michael Myers and the guy who's from Knives Out, whose name I literally can never remember. Point is, there's a lot of recognizable faces that you will see in this movie. I think that kind of makes it a fun watch. No one gives a lackluster performance, except for the fact that Margot Robbie seems to switch accents throughout the film, which is neither here nor there for me. It's kind of played into her character's storyline. Oh, and Robert De Niro's in it. There's a murder that happens very early on, and throughout the film, our main characters, who are kind of the trio of Christian Bale, John David Washington, and Margot Robbie, they really drive the movie. Part of my critique of this movie, if I have one, the language used in this film allows for when each character is talking, you can't really tell until you see the other characters reacting, whether they're saying something that's very like revelatory or if it's just speculation, if they're telling truth, if they're literally admitting guilt. It is so stuffed heavy with dialogue. I mean, all those stars that I named, they've all got pretty solid amounts of screen time, even if they're like kind of a secondhand character. And so they all have a lot of things to say. They all have unique personality traits, which allows this film to be very full and vibrant and full of life. Problem is, you don't see certain characters for like a major chunk of the movie. I feel like I took the right message away from the film, and I think I understand it to some degree. Like if I were to recount like plot beats, I probably could to someone, but I think at certain points I wasn't sure if I was predicting things correctly or like based on what a person had said in the film, or if that was literally just me being like, oh no, that's probably them. If that makes any sense. The main suspect of the film kind of shifts, like who could be responsible for this murder shifts throughout the film. The plot just thickens and thickens and thickens and thickens, and then at the end it's continuing to thicken, but stuff's like kind of being revealed to you and you're still like kind of confused. It deals with some heavy issues, and a lot of them which seem to be incredibly topical today. And I think it's not until you look at something that's a little bit of historical fact, a little bit of historical fiction, which this film, there are certain events in this film that did transpire. Some of them are obviously fictionalized. The film clarifies by the end at least one thing that is for sure known to have happened, which is really cool to take like one instance and kind of formulate a story around that. I'm a big fan of that. I think what's fascinating is how the topical issues of the time relate to topical issues now and current events. Particularly, one of the largest points this film makes is about the treatment of veterans by a society. I've left feeling hopeful and happy. There's just this one overwhelming emphasis throughout the film of relationships and friendships and finding the people that are important to you and who are there for you, not for this idea of who you are, or they don't want you to live a very specific type of life. They just accept you purely for who you are. And that was something that was just, like I said, very heartwarming. Did not expect it in the film. Despite all the slightly confusing aspects of this really jam-packed film, I think you walk away with that fun performance and hopeful feeling that I think leaves you overwhelmingly positive. But if you've seen the film or plan to, please let me know your thoughts about it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them. Please also be sure to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and of course turn on that notification bell so you never miss a video from yours truly. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day or night whenever you're getting to watch this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.